Hi, I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures, where I'll be talking and reviewing action figures from different manufacturers. Today we're going to be continuing in our reviews of the G.I. Joe Classified series, and I'm going to give you Kim Jinx Arashikage Ninja Clan female fighter who's a cousin from Storm Shadow, but we will talk about it more in the history. This one is number 124 in the G.I. Joe Classified series. So let's talk about history. Let's talk about is it a valuable figure, and does it have what it takes to be a great figure in 2024? Now, talking about the history, I sadly did not manage to locate my Jinx Mint in Box figure. It is somewhere in my many boxes that I haven't opened, but we can talk about the history of this figure anyway. The original figure came out in 1987. Now, what we have to know about it, I can't remember, and I don't think they really did an approachment in the cartoon version. She became a bit of a more popular character from the movie, the one who came out also in 1987, the G.I. Joe movie, where she was a new recruit with Lieutenant Falcon, Tunnel White, Law, Chuckles, and Big Lob, who was a character that never came out in the original line of the G.I. Joe figure, but was introduced into the movie. It's a bit of a surprise that Hasbro decided not to include that figure in the 1987 or neither later on. It was only the G.I. Joe Club who decided to make that figure, but let's not continue. Now, of course, Jinx did appear in the G.I. Joe Retaliation. She was played by Elodie Young, who's a French actress, who funnily was also in the TV show Daredevil playing Elektra. So, I mean, a bit very similar characters. So, like I was saying, in the comic book, she is the cousin of Storm Shadow, and she is also part of the Arashikage Ninja Clan. Now, let's jump into what we get in the box. Of course, I don't need to say, love these blister cards, and I really find it really interesting what they did with this kind of stuff. I will be remaking a video with the packaging, which is my favorite packaging, but I digress. Let's get back into the review of this figure. Now, of course, we get the figure, we get a weapon, how to say, a staff with some blades, we get, of course, a sword, an extra head, who's always nice to have, we get some extra hands also, who are pretty neat. And this, I'll be showing it later on. This is a big homage to the G.I. Joe cartoon of 1987, the movie cartoon. As you can see, you have some extra pair of hands. So, let's have a look at this figure, and I'll be telling you what I think about it. Do I think it has a collectible value to it? And my final thoughts and what I think is this figure rated out of 10. Now, if you're looking at the arm, you can really see that they really did a nice job of putting a tattoo. I find this interesting that they decided to go with this tattoo, knowing that under here she should have the Arashikage Ninja Clan tattoo under here. So I would have thought that this tattoo should have gone on to the other side of the arm, because it makes more sense that it would be on this side. Now, I know that G.I. Joe Club did an exclusive for the San Diego Comic-Con. I do not. It's also in one of the boxes, and there was two versions. So you had the red version of it, and you had a white version, and there was also like a tattoo imprinted on the tissue of the white version that they did with her. But as you can see, head sculpt looks pretty neat, the details are really nice, paint job looks really great on the figure. I think they did a very good job in making it. Now, of course, this is a big recall to the, how do you call it, to the cartoon movie that they did, because this is her taking away one of her senses, the vision, so that she can fight and have this as a bit of a blindfold. I mean, if you're a fan of the cartoon, well, you might find it interesting. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the cartoon. I'm more of a comic book fan. So this is a bit ridiculous. But let's remove this part here. As you can see, heads are not easy to remove, but let's put it up here. And whoops. Sorry about that. she decided to fly off and not pop in. Okay, that looks weird. Oh, no, it's in. So here she is with her face mask on. We're going to give her up. So, do I believe this item is a collectible item? It's hard to say. Ninjas are a bit of a thing from the 80s and the early 90s, so that should work for them. But personally, I don't know how good it is and how popular these figures would be around now times. Now, I guess it hits more of a nostalgic, so if it's going to be more of a nostalgic part of the figure, then I believe you should wait and you should pick her up as the, how do you say, in the retro line when she's going to go and get her retro card version of it. So you could pick up, due to the fact that this is a general release and it was all went for $24.99 in the US and $29.99 in Europe. So yeah, she's still available, I think, on Hasbro. Yeah, she's still available on Hasbro Pulse Europe. So this is not like a figure that you're going to be missing or it's going to be hard to get. But I mean, when you give her up, you give her some fighting poses, she really looks pretty neat and really great figure. So if you're a fan of the G.I. Joe Ninja line, you're going to like this figure. So personally, I think if you can wait or you don't want to do it, if you're lucky to live in the US and Canada, you may want to wait for Walmart or anybody else to have it in clearance and maybe pick it up at that time. Sadly for Europe, not going to happen because we only can get this stuff from Pulse. So I think overall for me, this figure looks, like I said, pretty decent. I think they did a good upgrade about it, give her a better look and a more interesting look than the original figure. So for me, this is going to be a 9.5 out of 10. If I would have given it a 10 out of 10, if of course, like I said, the tattoo would be on the other arm and that she would have a possibility to switch off an arm where she would have the bandage removed and you would see the Arashikage Ninja Clan tattoo on it. So that would put it as a 10 out of 10. But for me, I think it's one of the better figures that they did in this line. I really like what they did with this figure and she looks fantastic. So that's going to be it for the review of my Jinx figure. If you liked it, please leave a like, share, comment in the section. If you have any suggestions, you can leave them in the comment section. I will check it out. You want to go and see some pictures, you can go to my Instagram page or my Facebook page to go and check those out. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day and I hope to see you in my next video.